let's do a question using our ideal gas law, or PVnRT. PV equals nRT together. So question number 1, before we jump into it, remember we use this ideal gas law when we want to solve for one of these variables. Unlike our PVn tables, we're not looking for any change in our variables. We are just looking for what is the missing variable. Okay, so our equation is pressure times volume equals number of particles times our gas constant times temperature. If you want a breakdown of this equation, go watch the last video that was on slide 4. It says if you contain 3 moles, that's our N, of gas in a container with a volume of 160 liters, that's volume, at a temperature of 400 Kelvin temperature, what is the pressure inside the container? That is our unknown. What I would suggest you do is you make a list, like we've done in previous units where we have math equations. Make a list off to the side of all of our variables. So before you start anything, make a list. Also, if you get in the habit of making this list, right away you're going to be able to tell if it's going to be ideal gas law or if it's going to be PVn table based off of what variables you can fill in and what you're missing. Now I'm going to do this 2 ways. If you watched the last video, you know that there is one called plug and chug, and there's one where you rearrange the equation first. I'm going to do both. You guys only have to do one. Pick one that you like, stick with it. The first version I'm going to do is called plug and chug, where we just have our equation and we plug in what we know. We don't know pressure, we're going to leave it as P. Volume is 60 liters. N is 3 moles. R is our gas constant. Again, if you guys have your list over here and you use the units here for the R, for the gas constant, I will be okay if you do not use your units in this big long equation here for only the gas constant. Everything else I want to see units for. Okay, because what we can do now is we can multiply what we know. We can multiply these 3 together. So 3 times 0.0821 times 400, that gets you 98.52. On this side, we still have P times 60 liters equals 98.52. This is being multiplied together right now. So if we want to get P by itself, pressure by itself, we have to do the opposite of multiply, which is divide by 60. Divide by 60. Now these two 60s cancel out. We're left over with P equals 98.52 divided by 60, which gets us 1.64. And what's our unit? Well, it's pressure. So what's the pressure unit in our gas constant? It's ATM. So our answer has to be atmosphere. There you go. This is what I call the plug and chug method. You have your equation, plug it in, solve. If you want to rearrange your equation first, you can totally do that as well. Again, we're looking for pressure. So before we plug any numbers in, we know that we want to get P by itself. So if we can divide by the variable V, cancel those guys out, we have a new equation, nRT over V. And from here, you can just plug in all of it all at once. 3 moles times your gas constant times temperature, which is 400. Divide it by volume, 60 liters. And from here, you can plug this all into your calculator, multiply across the top first, then divide, and you should get the same exact answer with the same exact units. And this is our rearrange the equation version first. Okay, and that's how we do it. The biggest things the students miss up on is they are rearranging their equations incorrectly, so I would practice rearranging your equation. They aren't multiplying or dividing correctly. So just practice with that. There's lots of videos on YouTube if you need a little bit of extra help with it. Again, on this backside, rewrite your gas law. I would even put in the units that you use for each one here. And our gas constant for this unit is always going to be liters times atmosphere divided by moles times Kelvin. So go ahead and see if you guys can answer the rest of these. I do have a semi-answer key posted for you. A few of these I went through and I did, and it's posted on the playlist. So if you want a little bit of extra help with it, go check out the playlist. And remember, this is for no change. When we just straight up have questions like this, here are the moles, here is the pressure, here is the temperature, what is the volume? All right, good luck. And if you have any questions, playlist or Google Classroom.